Hey everyone, it's Kaylee and Emmanuel. Welcome back, and we love you guys, and we want you to know you're loved, and that there's a purpose for your life. And today we want to talk about unknowns. There are different parts of our lives where we look ahead and we really don't know what's coming or even what we want to come.
Yeah, I mean, this whole time is a time of unknown, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we have our time of, we are stepping into a new season. We're moving to Germany.
Yeah.
And we're having
this
a
week.
new home. And so I guess similarly for you, you have also a lot of unknowns in your life. Maybe from COVID, there is a different route that you are now taking. Or you're thinking of taking a new route, but you don't really know. And we do want to share a bit about how we approached unknowns in our lives.
Yeah, and I think right now, well, first of all, when discussing this video, I was like, okay, this is not a how-to, because I really don't feel like I know how to approach uncertainty or how to combat it completely. Because right now, like Emmanuel said, we're moving country. I'm going to a country where I don't speak the language. Well, I speak a little, I'm doing well, but it's not my first language. And
she's doing well.
Thank you. So yeah, there is a lot of change. And with that, we have a few different things that we might think about that can help. So one thing that helps me is when I look back over the rest of my life, I can see where God has been there for me and protected me. And I can see him stepping in really tough times in my life, times when I was in major debt, when I was living in an abusive household, and also in the prosperous times or the good times. Like right now, I'm blessed to have a great job, a job that I've been able to keep, and I'm so grateful for that. And I'm in good hands. I have a supportive family, processing a lot of things from my past, and so I can see that no matter what's happened in my life, God has been there for me. So this helps me to remember that I will be okay regardless of what is coming. It doesn't help me know what's coming, but it does at least give me some peace that it's going to be okay.
I think it's also an interesting topic for me. I'm German, so Germans love security, Germans are risk averse, and so am I. And so I think one of the first times when I had to really trust, like how you're saying, is when I went to Israel. I went to Israel for 6 months, and I knew, okay, the time would run out and I had no ability to stay longer. I had no visa. And I was like, what do I do next? And I was like, I don't know, but I want to trust God. So I felt this prompting to go to England, to London for 6 months. And I didn't really know why, because I didn't really actually like London. I didn't have any good associations, but I was like, I feel like I should go. And so I went, and not knowing what would come afterwards, but because I trusted God that he would show me the next step. Like, I think this is kind of my approach so far. I like security, but I also am fine with just asking God to just show me the next step. I don't need to see the next 3, 4, 5 steps, like the next 5 years or so, but just what's happening next, and just trusting that God will deal with me and show me what to do after that. Which he did. I found my wife just 2 months after coming to London.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, that's why God brought me there.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. And he didn't only brought me there to meet my wife. I established also, like we got blessed in Bible school, and we got blessed through having a job. And this job is now also helping us both relocate. Can you imagine that Kaylee got the job at the same company, and where before she had this job, she was like, I would come with you, but I have no clue how to do it. I don't have a job, I don't speak the language. Imagine going to a different country and you don't speak the language, and you need to find a job.
Yeah, when we met, Emmanuel was saying that at some point he wants to go to Germany, and I'm very happy to go, but I was thinking, I won't be very fruitful in the finances contributions because I don't know how I'll work.
But we trusted God in that as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's our desire. And so, yeah, this is what God has done. Now we're both being relocated. We're both having a job now. And I think this is kind of like, yeah, I hate unknown. I hate the unknown. But I also know that it helps me kind of like trusting God with it.
Yeah, it gives you a chance to.
It gives me a chance to. Yeah, it's great. That's what I like about those situations, is you learn to trust.
Yeah, I agree. And also then, when I was younger and living with both of my parents, things were very difficult at home, especially from my father towards me and my mum. And every day I wanted to leave home for a very long time. And some of those times I was just way too young, like 10, and I had no contact with family. So it's not like I could call up my aunt and say, please can I come and stay with you? Like, there was no one for me to ask, and I was made to feel like I shouldn't tell anyone. So for me, my unknown was just, when will I get to leave? But the few things I did know was that God says he cares about us. So I was like, well, okay, well, I believe that's true. So what I can do is remember that day by day. And some other things I do know is that we should love people, and it's good to be helpful and kind. So I focused on the few things that I did know, which didn't really help with my uncertainty of the future or the things that were difficult for me, but it did help me be grounded in some kind of foundation and give me something to focus on. And there are always a few things that we do know, regardless of where we are and regardless of how much we can see in our future.
Yeah, I think similarly, it's like you do know what God has given you is your like life vision or so, like what he has given you as your gifts and your passions.
Yeah,
your
you're going to know a few things you might like and a few things you don't like.
Yeah,
at the very least.
And you can also, there may be areas where this can be applied professionally as well, right?
Yeah.
And you make the step, and then you realize, okay, this is the right step or not. But it's good to have the courage, because you also learn with that, with taking the step, with understanding, was that a good step or not?
Yeah.
I'd rather have taken the step and realized this was not the right step than not have taken the step.
Yeah, so true. And actually, with this attitude of taking steps and remembering the things that you like or don't like, things that you know, also comes then an attitude of finding out new options for yourself. Because sometimes the step we take in seeing new things, something does actually jump out at us. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but the more you see, the more chance something does draw you. And if it doesn't draw you, then like Emmanuel said, it's an opportunity to learn something, to just try something and see how it goes. Yeah.
Is there something where you have an unknown situation right now? Let us know. Maybe you can put something in the comment that you feel free to put in the comment. You can also let us know if there's something we can particularly pray for or encourage you about. So I hope this was helpful.
Yes, please do subscribe if you enjoyed our video. Hit like because it helps us a ton. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
In Schwindeck.
Yeah, we'll be in Schwindeck in Germany. So see you next time in Germany. Bye.